Hey there, rulers, DMO73 here, bringing you a showdown between myself on the Oathkeeper Bianchi list, thanks to Scrivener, versus Tyler, who is trying out Paul's Dante Belial list from the stream a few weeks ago. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to pre-order upcoming Force of Will sets, ccgprime.com for singles and supplies, cardodoko.com for those rulers in the international market looking for product, as well as our guest lecturer members Vite Ramen and Full Grammar Alchemist. Class is in session. So as we get into it here, I'm joined by Nieb and we're trying to tell you about, don't forget to get your pre-orders in for Journey to Vizjerei, Set 2 of Evil Cluster. Nieb, what ruler are you most excited about for Journey to Vizjerei?
I cannot even decide, Jeremy. It is so many cool stuffs coming out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it's only a week and a half till pre-release. You're going to want to get that with Odyssey Games. Link in the description. We're jumping in here with Oathkeeper Bianchi playing literally 10 oaths, which I think is very funny.
Oh, wow.
And Tyler is playing Dante Belial, making use of the new rules with a starting ruler choice. This was the list that was designed by Paul Reisman in the stream that he did while we were at Worlds.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Awesome, Dante.
Yeah, so just so you are aware, for people who maybe not know, the way it works now is you do declare a starting ruler at the beginning of every match. It's the one that you can't sideboard out of in between games of the match. So it actually works out really nicely with Return of Judgment, because it says when you perform the judgment of your non-starting ruler, you get to pop a card, pop something and draw a card, which means, you know, you just say that Belial is your starting ruler and then Dante is the spot removal card.
Yes, very nice, of course, for Dante, since Virtual is also once again legal.
Yes.
Since a while now.
Yes, very true. So Vizjerei is doing some seriously heavy lifting with this list. Dust definitely has to deal with the fact that he still only has 2,000 life, though.
That is, of course, a bit of a demerit, but I think, like, with the new ATD cards, it gets, like, insanely
Yes,
good.
Orpheus is pretty good here, being able to recharge your God's Arts. You can kind of burn like 3 of your slots in your sideboard for just 3 Orpheus, because Orpheus recharges his own God's Art, so you can kind of just keep revealing him and replenishing. So we'll see the Oathkeeper list really making use of Bianchi for board control, and then just card advantage because of Pollution Amplifier, as you see here, and then Scrivener's kind of the real powerhouse of the deck, just making use of the insanity that is quick cast Oaths.
Looking forward to the Oath list. I've not yet had time to build one, so interesting approach, I would say.
Yeah, just a couple of Callstone passes from the first couple lists. You know, 2 Dirtle decks staring at each other. Probably going to take some time before they really do much. Do you see Crownstone come down for Tyler? That's pretty good, especially if he tries to hardcast Dante later. And Scrivener is live. We're starting with our red-green Oath for the Heroic Sacrifices, letting us play a 1-drop from hand, if this gets to resolve. Which is dodgy. Joss, you getting to send us a dragon. 500 life's a lot of damage to a Dante list. That's a quarter of your life off of just 1 card.
Yeah, the Dashi also very, very good late game scaling. Wise, just tapping it to draw cards, refill your hands. Very good.
Yes, absolutely.
Starting with those.
Yeah, we're just gonna draw 3. You know, casually just gonna see 4 cards in the draw phase here with Bianchi.
I mean, just good, yeah.
Getting our Oath trigger and choosing to cast it. Now we're going to go ahead and get to play a 2-drop if this resolves. Now, one thing to note about this particular Oath is that it is technically casting the card without playing its cost, so it does walk into things like Crucio, which you see Tyler has in his hand, because we are actually casting these cards. But the second card coming down here is Guardian Dragon.
Ooh, nice bit of ramp here.
I like Guardian Dragons for 1.
Body. Yeah, it is, like, very strong.
Does go for the Crucio. He's going to cast it here. We're just going to remind him that we did cast 2 spells this turn, so it does cost him 2 to play instead of just 1, because I did the Oath during his turn and then during my turn. So paying 4 here, or 2 life, just playing Crucio. Now it's going to have Defiant 2. So pretty big heavy hitter, but it does have that -1/-1 counter, and Bianchi doesn't really care. He can clear boards pretty easily. Smokescreen Bomb is one hell of a drug.
Yeah, Smokescreen Bomb, really good card in this format with Bianchi. Very strong, not a lot of machines. Interested to see what the Dante will do now. Probably looking towards Judgment, maybe?
Possibly, yep. Does look like we're moving towards combat first. We're going to see if we could maybe draw into a Smokescreen Bomb. Kushiel's going to come in. We're going to go ahead and just eat the first swing with the Kushiel with the Guardian Dragon. Totally fine. And then we'll take 11 from the second swing because it does have that -1.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Thinking about a play.
Do you see he has, double mirror in hand is quite a bit. Does choose to go for a vacuous here to get rid of the amplifier. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, very, very nice to get that rid of early. Draws a lot of cards.
Does open him up to Scrivener getting cast here, and we do see for the Memory of the Queen, which is a really nice one here, which is the linchpin of the deck. Gets to reanimate that Daji. Can also reanimate amplifiers if amplifiers get killed, which is really nice. So we're going to get to essentially hit him for 600 damage here because we're going to send another dragon and we're going to get to drain him 1. And this is also going to get to reanimate our Guardian Dragon next turn while draining another 2.
This is so strong.
Yeah, so pretty aggressive.
Oh wow, I like that a lot. Like the Dachi also representing almost lethal here.
So
with the recast.
Yes, for the Memory of the Queen, getting to potentially trigger and recast, see if we can eat something. We have 3 Guardian Dragons in graveyard, so we're certainly reanimating at least one of those. And that's kind of what this deck is trying to do. It's trying to use Guardian Dragon to just get an overabundance of will so that in the late game you're just like, oh, crap, I just can't possibly keep up.
Yeah, this seems really, really strong.
2 stones per turn seems pretty decent.
Yeah, that is.
And at this point in time, the Guardian Dragon, I believe, is bigger than Kushiel, or at the very least can survive one of the Kushiel swings. Because I think he's base 12 at this point. Do you see Vacuous try to kill the Daji, which is an interesting choice?
Dashi, though, being Dashi, being able to draw cards.
Paying 200 to go ahead and... Or using the God's Art to do Prideful Rule to get that Guardian Dragon off the board.
Interesting. Now at 500, though.
Yeah, the one thing is we do actually joke about it in the live audio is that I tell Tyler I'm only playing 3 Guardian Dragons. So he's actually safe from Daji burning him another 5. Which is, I mentioned that after he plays the Prideful Rule because I'm like, oh, I could have just reanimated the Daji right here and killed you. But no dragons left in the deck. Do have that Wuxia Wu in the graveyard, though, which is really nice, considering for the Memory of the Queen can animate a 3-cost at this point.
Yeah. Reanimating the Wuxia Wu also would stall the game quite a bit.
Yeah. For the Memory of the Queen's going to come down on his turn here, just to try to drain him 3, gain 3, and reanimate a 3-drop. So, once again... The Dirtle deck does the Dirtle, and we reanimate a Wuxia Wu at instant speed. This also works really well with the Guardian Dragon, since we're ramped so many stones. We're hitting the board for 16. It's a lot.
Yeah, this feels a lot very, very accelerated. I like this list a lot. This is it fits so good into each other, it seems like.
Yeah, the Scrivener with Bianchi, like, they really complement each other well. Bianchi serves as kind of like just the static kind of glue that holds the deck together, and then Scrivener's the real kind of like ruler, per se, weirdly. Obviously, you do have to watch out for things that like answer Scrivener, but the deck has, some ways to play around it. And obviously the sideboard would help with, things like Academy Grounds and stuff like that. You're playing You're playing Courtesans. You're playing all these other things to be able to try to like protect. You can play Council Grow or Outdoor Hall if you want in the sideboard.
Dante.
Yep, Dante getting to pop that Wuxia Wu thanks to Return of Judgment.
Very scary though for Tyler. Being in 200 is not a fun thing in Wanderer.
That is not a fun. Yeah, it's not very fun. Even just casting, so I do actually kind of, because Scrivener's already tapped here, he gets a little bit of a buffer. Being so low on life means that if Scrivener was active, he would have to really be careful to not walk into just a casting for the Memory of the Queen, because it just drains. So it gets around the Dante God's Art. He can burn 100, pay 100 to go down to 1 for Dante God's Art. Does look like we're casting Hindered Magic Duel, taking advantage here. This is a pretty good spell in this spot. Takes him down to 100, but he's got a bajillion cards in hand. and I don't have a way to burn him. So yeah, and also in my foolishness this game, I forgot to reveal Rogue Spectator. So
oh no,
could not stop him from gaining life here. So gonna gain 2400 life, and then Virgilius is gonna come down. Thankfully we have the 4 will to just hard cast another Oath. This is for every forgotten creature. He didn't pay at least 3 will for it, so we get to expel the Virgil.
Yeah, very strong Oath as well.
Also an Oath that you do not mind just letting fizzle. Like it doesn't matter, because we're gonna remember these. It's sitting in the RFG, which means that Scrivener can cast it whenever it wants. Now I do have 2 for the Memory of the Queens that are going to trigger here, but we're only going to activate 1, obviously, because we only can do 1 Oath. But now we're draining 4, gaining 4, getting to reanimate a 4-drop or less, which is just another Guardian Dragon.
This is getting scary.
He's Guardian.
This is getting scary very fast.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where 1 Guardian Dragon swing might just be lethal.
Yeah, it's like if you see this deck, if it survives like 2-3 turns, it seems like its scaling is so insane.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
Yep. And then we are playing Varkuzal in the deck for specifically for the Memory of the Queen to have a big thing to animate.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, just
oh
we're playing 3. We're playing 3. It's more spot removal. It's more draw consistency to like feed into the oaths that you want, and also just sometimes you just animate an 8-drop and then you kill them because
I mean, fair. Like if you can keep it up, it's very strong. Looking forward to what the play with the Dante is next turn. Since he's already down.
Dante probably will be what calls our stone. We'll have to set up Asmodeus. We'll have to set up Belial Judgment. He's above 2,000 life, so that prideful rule in his hand can't help, unfortunately. At least not right now.
Yeah, that is a bit of like the problem that the Belial deck always had. To go over the 2000 thresh mark and suddenly you're you can cast spells. Ooh.
Well, now we're back. Dark Atlas Rabbit Princess coming down here before recovery. We're like, yeah, it's fine. You can draw a cycle.
Yeah, Dark Atlas always a strong card, best card there ever will be.
Yes. It's not a Wanderer feature match for that at least 1 Dark Atlas being cast, right?
That is so true. You have no idea.
Calls a stone with Belial. Hits a Gravestone. Certainly has the stone types for Gravestone to trigger. Let's see if he gets it, or we have to give him a mistrigger warning. Nothing really much to tap down here. He's not being aggressive, so it's unlikely that the Guardian Dragon is going to get tapped down by it, although it'll probably be targeted. Second Vacuous maybe here?
Could be, yeah, could be. Also going down on the to 1900.
Yes, 1900 like prideful rules spot. Back up. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Castle of Belial. Interesting.
Generate some free bodies. The tokens will be 5/5s because of Belial giving them +2 and then having 1/1/1 counter on them thanks to Bianchi.
They also gain Bane, right?
Bane, yes. Belial. All the tokens have Bane. Yes, so he's got a good, Dirtle Wall is Dirtling,
Yeah. Interested to see if there will be a revive coming. Oh, Daji.
Try to throw down another Daji just for consistency's sake. We don't have another dragon. We're just kind of verifying, but it is draw power. At this point in time, we're probably trying to find a Varkuzal to try to, close out the game with his enter effect and push. We can just draw for turn, draw from Daji, draw from the
so
thing. Just see 4 cards. I remember. There's the Varkuzal in the graveyard. So again, if we cast enough of that oath, eventually we can animate our entire graveyard thanks to For the Memory of the Queen. Right now we have cast it. This will be our 5th cast. So just a few more times to cast it. We are going to see that mirror finally come down here, which is fine. We've got another one that we can kind of activate. We've got 1 more in the deck, and heaven knows we're drawing enough cards. So we were going to have to eat the mirrors eventually.
Yep. Also, mirroring so late also means that the oaths stay recastable for so long, so you will still farm the oath counters.
Yes, exactly. So moving in for lethal with the even I think with the -400 damage from the castle, I don't think it's lethal, but I think it's still like 20. I think it's like 1800 damage here from the prideful. But We're gonna eat a prideful rule, which is fine. It forces the card out, and we can just reanimate him again later.
Yep. The deck moves a bit in cycles, can recycle its resources, so it's pretty good. I also like that the Scrivener can now potentially serve as a tool to fish for lethal, because you can just recast everything that's in the RFG.
Yes. We're just going to hard cast a Wuxia using Crown Stone. This is pretty good. So he'll have the barrier, so he's safe from that prideful rule. He's also safe from something like a Vacuous.
Yeah, the Wu also representing lethal potential with some burn next turn.
And a Gone.
Oh, Gone.
Even more 2-drop that ramps and threatens. We're playing a bunch of different stones in this deck. He is currently at that 20/20 with Eternal State and Pierce. It's just I think we're only playing one Gone in the list, but I was like, this seems fun. We can keep reanimating him, and it's more ramp. It's essentially Guardian Dragon number 4, but it's stickier.
Yeah, the Gone represents a bit of an alternative win con as well with the Pierce.
Yes, absolutely.
Interesting to see. Tapping with the Dante now. Maybe going for a Judgment.
Seems possible. It does seem like he did miss the trigger for the Gravestone, so we'll see if he catches it this next time. There comes the... Well, Vacuous is one way to get rid of the Gone. Yep. Eternal doesn't matter when you can just get expelled.
Yeah, sadly, that doesn't help. Still, Tyler burning a lot of removal.
Swinging in the air for 5. Looking at what we've got in graveyard, seeing if maybe we want to try something. We got to be careful because we know that there's mirrors, right? So using Scrivener, we got to be a little bit cautious. We don't have a ton of will available. We might just accept the 5. Yeah, we're going to eat it. Choosing to target with Gravestone looks like the Tri-Stone. Oh, he's choosing to grab Heat Ray, so I have to pay life to get more colors, which I think makes sense. And also choosing to hit the Amplifier. We're just going to accept that Amplifier is going to be tapped. And also before recovery, we're going to try Scrivener. We're going to see if we can get that to happen. Probably means we found another Oath here. For those who need a home, starting that damage buffer and pumping everyone up and having Eternal. So this will be 100. It is 200 plus an additional X. I only put it as the X, which is my mistake. But all of my guys have plus 100 attack and pierce, and then we'll recast it. So this should technically be buffering me. I only have it as 3. You see that dice in there, but it is 200 plus X, so I should be at 700 damage buffer here, which is nice. Yep. He's going to try to do the stat neg on Wuxia, but because I have plus 300 attack, so I have 1200 attack, which means that I have 600 attack, and there's a -1 on Vacuous, so he has 600 defense. So I still get to kill the Vacuous. He makes a token to block, but Wuxia has Eternal, so he just recovers and then doesn't care about the Bane trigger. Swings at the other token, can kill that and recover, and then can swing at the Vacuous.
Yeah, Wuxia with Eternal is really strong.
Yes, I really like for those who need a home for the Wuxia, and now he can even attack face. It'll be hitting for 200 damage. It's so much.
Whole 200.
A whole 200. All that work for a drop of blood.
I mean, cleared the board, right? Has a lot of will up now.
Yes, so... absolutely. Gravestone, the later you go in the game, does less and less. So, you know, things like this. And, for good measure, let's just get a couple more amplifiers out onto the board just for funsies.
Not enough amplifiers.
And then we'll pay 200 to play a Night Watchers. Now, this Night Watchers is helpful. It's a really good way for us to be able to answer Virgils that come down later, because we can, tap and force him to get rid of a darkness body. Choir of the Fallen Angels coming down here. Gonna burn our first 1,000 fractures of the game to stop that. But then he's gonna pay an additional 100 or 200 here to recast it. Now we start to try to do a second 1,000 fractured and then realize, that doesn't work.
Yep, can only do 1 per turn.
Because Choir of the Fallen Angels is being paid for 2 instead of 1. So 1,000 fractures wouldn't be able to cancel it. You pay black more to play this card from a graveyard.
So that's not additional cost.
And it's not an additional cost. It is just modifying the base cost. So 1,000 fractures doesn't work.
All right. I have to look into that. I don't think.
So we use Night Watchers here to answer one of the tokens. This is my mistake here with understanding the damage buffer from those who need a home. Getting rid of the one token should have just prevented me from taking any damage this turn, but I forgot that it's 200 plus an additional X, so I'm only buffering myself 3. So I just go ahead and take the 200 damage from the token after getting rid of the buffer. Go down to 12. Life's getting real low here.
Yeah, it is kind of a battle who's coming to the more favorable point, but I think like the Bianchi deck is scaling a bit better.
Yes.
It's drawing a ton of cards. Oh my god.
Yeah, drawing an average of 2 to 3 cards per turn. I can draw at this point in time with triple pollution amplifier. I can draw a billion cards per turn essentially.
Yeah, that is really strong. If you can get one or more, it's just at some point it gets ridiculous.
Those who need a home's coming down here. Technically, this would buffer me 2 plus an additional 3, so 500 more, but I only track it as being plus 3 because I'm stupid. But this does mean that White Night Watchers is getting plus 300 attack, though she's probably not getting tapped. She's probably serving a different purpose right now for just pure spot removal. And we'll just go ahead and burn coin and get our boy Bianchi out onto the field. Why not?
Oh, wow.
Main reason here is because I don't get Eternal, thanks to For Those Who Need a Home, so it's not going to swing. But the idea is that we're trying to use this to mean that my stuff doesn't get -1/-1 counters anymore, because my weather's not pollution, just his. And his are going to get 2 -1/-1 counters. So, pretty good.
Right to set up.
Generating that other token, we burned the 1,000 fractured at that point, which I think maybe might be a mistake, rather than saving it for something like Belial's God's Art.
Potentially can recast it from the graveyard, so...
Yes, I do have access to Blue Will, so... But we are seemingly going to fight over it. Prideful Roll's going to kill Bianchi. Sad. He tried. I track and like, oh, I have Eternal. No, I don't. It only provides Eternal to Resonators.
Yeah, sadly.
Listen, he tried to make it onto the field.
He tried, yeah, he tried.
He tried his best.
Prideful Roll really strong against Jailbreakers, of course. Generating a token as well.
Thankfully, we can answer both tokens with the Wattress.
Yep.
Tyler's got to be careful, though, because he is starting to get low on life, although he just has another Hindered Magic Duel here.
That card is really good in the Dante deck. Oh my god.
Yes, it does a lot of work for him, being able to replenish the hand, regain life. Not so much so that, like, you can't quickly get below that 2,000 mark again, but it is just like an untouchable life gain element is really helpful. Move to recover, calls the stone with Dante. I have that damage buffer that I'm representing with that D12. I'm going to try to eat a token, eat another token. Just saying, now we're dirtling. No one gets to do damage. Full pays for Virgilius here. Just paying 400 for Virgilius. This is a pretty good play from Tyler, using the Crownstone on Virgilius, and me realizing that I misedited this Virgil. It has barrier now on the chase, which means that even though I could use Scrivener to try to recast for every forgotten creature, I can't. So this Virgil just gonna get to resolve, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, the Virgil also presenting a way to get rid of the board.
Yes.
Specifically though, the Crownstone was not yet god-outed and cannot be god-outed because it's tapped. Also means that you cannot give him Bane this turn.
He does have God's Art already, and he also has Dante God's Art if he wants to. So it's not hard for him to be able to just use the Dante one. We're going to draw a card in response to the cast, and then say the cast enter resolution is fine. Probably going to see a Smokescreen Bomb here. probably going to
Very
see
fair.
Smokescreen Bomb. We haven't seen one yet, and we've drawn a million cards, so it's a matter
Jeremy,
of...
where's the bomb?
Yeah. Hopefully in hand. The fact that I'm not drawing more cards with Amplifier makes me think that it's probably in hand.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see here. Tyler's debating whether or not he wants to go to combat. I think Tyler is debating going to combat here because he knows that I play courtesans, but he has barrier, so he should be safe from that. So I'm not sure why we're hesitating this turn. Doing a lot of thinking.
I mean,
he doesn't have a lot of
volatile.
darkness will, which is one relevance to know. He does use Dante 1 ping before moving to combat to just try to get some damage at my face, which eats the buffer and then hits me for 4. Life totals on screen are based on how we played it in game, so that's why, again, I'm not removing the buffer as much as I thought it shot it. The buffer is not as high as it should have been because in the game we played it wrong, so that's our fault there. Now he only has double white available. He's trying to ping me one more time. Now comes the Smokescreen Bomb. He also did not burn God's Art, so he's not draining anything with Dante right now. We're gonna try to get rid of the Dante and then generate the two smoke counters, smoke resonators.
Also with protect, so
yeah,
pretty strong.
Yeah, pretty good. Now we still have the Virgilius trigger on the chase to shoot me, and we've taken at this point in time 600 or 500 damage from Virgil. So we're gonna see Engraved Rune come down here. So Engraved Rune's gonna help here in that we're gonna get to gain 500 back, reshuffle the deck, which means our Guardian Dragons and our Dajis are back in the deck, and then we'll take 4. So essentially we're paying 1 white to gain 100 life when all's said and done because of the Virgil ping for 4. But this is also
just prevent you going like lower, so
yes,
it's a pretty good play.
Yes, it's helpful.
Yeah, Tyler kind of out of steam though.
Yeah, no Darkness Will here to be able to follow up. We're going to see Belial God's Art on my turn before recovery, which makes sense, but buffers him for a turn, at least trying to. But we are going to see that 1,000 Fractured, essentially forcing him to burn the other mirror. Just like, okay, like either you have it or you don't. He says, yeah, I've got it. So can't do any damage to him this turn. Can't lose the game this turn. Get to draw a bajillion cards and replenish the hand. We have our little buffer wall back up here, thanks to For Those Who Need a Home. Very quickly reaching the point because I have so many bodies on board where For Those Who Need a Home will mean that we are not going to be blockable because it's 3,000 attack when you have that many bodies on board. Not hard. Not hard to do.
Yeah. Recasting
for the Heroic Sacrifices. He's fully tapped out here, so this is pretty safe. We're not going to walk into like a Crucial or anything. But we're going to cast a 3-drop from hand if we wanted. This is also mainly to get For the Heroic Sacrifices kind of restarted here. It's also a board pump, or a semi-board pump. We see the Dajis and another Guardian Dragon, so we can possibly reanimate that next turn. Really trying to reach critical mass, because unless he's playing Belial's Pride line, it's going to be hard for him. Though that being said, Tyler will still have access to as Orpheus here, so he'll be able to recharge the the Belial God's Art. It's going to be tricky. But we are drawing.
Going on a lot.
We are drawing 5 cards a turn as the Bianchi deck.
Yeah, at some point you will kind of burn through your whole deck, but like reshuffling the whole graveyard also meant that you can reset the clock, no?
Yes.
So you are reaching with the Bianchi list. It's reaching a point where you can keep ulting. Oh yeah.
Another Virgilius paying another 4. So once again, same kind of thing, protecting it from being canceled on the chase because of Gravestone or Crownstone.
Interested to see if the boardwalk might be coming through now.
He has to successfully get to combat, which seems like it will be a difficult position for Virgilius to get through.
Yeah, the Watchtresses are a big menace. Oh,
so we're actually, just to buffer ourselves, because he does have so many pings available now that he's at 4 darkness sources, we are just going to play 3 for Kushiel and make it so that we can't take any damage this turn. This was mainly because we, if we let that Virgilius resolve, we probably die, just because Tyler might be able to fight us on anything that we try to do in response to Virgil. So we are going to see, as he attempts to go into combat, or past turn, we're going to try to use Night Watchers to get rid of the Virgilius. Down comes Mirror to stop that, which is fine by us. It burns another Mirror out of his hand. And we just have another Smokescreen Bomb. Like
Man
I said,
has it all.
Like, I mean, when you draw 5 cards a turn, Nieb, it's kind of easy to see everything.
At some point you do get everything.
Tyler does have access to Orpheus still, which will be relevant for next turn, because definitely critical mass in terms of what can possibly swing. Kushiel would only be able to swing once, but 1 time is enough when he's that buffed up. And I believe in end step we're going to try to use Scrivener.
Recasting.
Using the God's Art to free cast a for the memory of the Queen. So we're gonna drain this point in time. It'll be drain 6, gain 6, or drain 5, gain 5, and reanimate the Guardian Dragon. Ramping another invisible stone that I don't have because I'm at 10 stones. Bunch of oath triggers resolve. Specifically, we're going to do for those who need a home. This is also to buffer. That helps us buffer against Virgilius for those who need a home.
Yeah, the damage prevention now coming in really clutch.
Yeah. Looks like we're responding to the oath trigger.
Ooh.
He's going to use high speed uppercut to get rid of the Guardian Dragon before the oath trigger resolves, so before it has Eternal. We're still going to go for those who need a home, now being buffed up to 900, so we can eat 2 Virgil pings, which is excellent. Night Watchers attempting for lethal. It has plus 500 attack. Gonna see, there's the Orpheus comes down here. So he'll be able to redo the Belial God's Art. I do laugh at the fact that it's dual attribute darkness chance that costs 3 or less. Well, if it costs 1, it's probably not dual color. But
yeah.
But that, you know, you gotta encapsulate every possible situation. It's just funny to me.
I mean, you could have a Solar Painter in play, so...
Oh, that's true. Solar Painter in play. That's a fair point. Also, the Lumia Resonator, like split card, because that's technically a dual attribute chant while it's engraved.
Yes, it is a dual attribute chant.
We didn't have a way to stop the God's Art of Belial this turn, so we're just going to accept that we are not dealing any more damage and leaving up our board of a million things, currently sitting with 9 bodies on board on the Oathkeeper side of things.
Staring at Tyler.
Eventually these things will kill you. We're going to make the token, and then we're just going to use Flame Slash to kill it. Just absolutely just being like, no, get out of here. Before recovery, we're going to see a Choir of Fallen Angels cast from grave, so he gets to make 2 more guys. And does the full cast it from hand, then recast it immediately. None of these can attack this turn, which is fine. Or maybe he made up during my end step. I don't know.
probably. He moved too fast, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll have to go back and double check. We are getting to the point where Belial Judgment probably needs to happen soon, right?
Yeah, at some point he needs to do something because he's getting out of... Like, the Orpheus is fine for a turn or two, but...
Okay, Belial is out, so now we're going to have 5 tokens. Gets a little bit of drain, because the tokens have drain. The problem is that next turn he'll have to deal with a unblockable board. He has Belial's God's Heart to save him for one more turn.
Okay,
playing for a hard cast high-speed uppercut, trying to target the tokens to get rid of my protector, the smokescreen bomb token, so that I don't have protect. I like this play. I think this is a pretty solid play. Thankfully, we do have Scrivener, and no way to stop it. At least what's in hand, you can try to draw into something, but we've already burned through 3 of the mirrors.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, nice.
We're going to use for Every Forgotten. He didn't pay at least 4 for it since it's our second time playing for Every Forgotten, so we do get to make Kushiel bigger now. So we get to get rid of the -1/-1 on Kushiel, and now he has 3 +1/+1 counters. The 3 tokens are going to eat it. He does get to drain some life here, thanks to the tokens having... there's 7 sevens with drain, and now we get a second castle.
Nobody's getting any damage anymore.
Yeah, just nothing. Thankfully, the pump for those who need a home is really helpful because it eventually will just kind of mitigate the castles. We're going to just draw 3 cards at his end step. You know, don't worry about it. And we have a smokescreen bomb to clear his board and make 2 more tokens back up. He's got a Belial. Now, we'd be in a really good spot here if we had access to... If Tyler isn't playing more Orpheus in the board, and we had 1,000 Fractured, we'd be in a pretty good spot here because we can use For Those Who Need a Home to pump everybody up, cancel the God's Art of Belial, and then just unblockable swing for lethal here. That being said, it still might actually not be enough now that he has the double castles. And now Virgil's just a non-issue. I've got 1,500 worth of damage prevention. So Virgil is not really that big of a concern. And we're just going to throw Wattress at Belial. We're going to do it. Just going to say, get that guy off the board. I don't want to deal with it.
Interesting, letting the Belial die. It did not got a red.
He did God's Art before it died, but we do use the 1,000 Fractures to stop it. So he tries to use the God's Art, and we go, nah, we do have the 1,000 Fractures. I'm going to be able to hit you this turn. I do have to start actually closing the game.
Yeah, you have to. Also, I think there's another Fracture in the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
To cast at the Orpheus.
Yep. Well, we can also just reuse the same Fractured, which is nice. So Kushiel is getting plus 600 attack and is already 15. So 21 minus 8 is 13 that he gets to hit here in the air for.
Only in quotes as like Defiant 1, so can only take 1 time.
And then for funsies, we're just going to remove 5 cards in our graveyard, including the 1,000 Fractured. We say, nah, we're not. True, just overconfidence. We're going to just blood trail out a Varkuzal.
Oh my god.
We have so much pressure on board here. Varkuzal's going to get to hit him for 4, but Varkuzal will be an 18. Will be swinging in for 1,000. 1,200 because of his blood trail, because 2 things have attacked. We do see Lumia get cast in here. Just to try to heal back what he's already taken. So this makes me think that maybe Tyler might not have been playing 2 Orpheuses in the the sideboard, which, you know, for those of you who are kind of watching, you can play multiple Orpheus and just keep reusing them. So it's kind of a reason to just play multiple in the sideboard. We're going to have Dodgy eat itself. And then we're going to pay 200 to play another Dodgy because we know that there are Guardian Dragons in. Now, it's not going to get to burn him, And it doesn't actually, like, letting him heal and then doing Daji doesn't make sense, because then the damage would be prevented and he'd still technically heal a little bit. But Daji does mean he doesn't get to heal, so then this Lumia just doesn't do much. So Varkuzel's going to get to finish the job here, get to burn him for 4. We still have the ability, nothing can block. So between Varkuzel's burn, Varkuzel himself, and Wattress swinging for lethal, that is the game. Tyler decides, we're just going to go into game 2 and scoop it up.
Yeah, fair assumption. At this point, it was like very, very hard.
Going into game 2, seeing if we could maybe close the game a little bit faster. See that Varkuzel being kept in hand. Which oaths are we keeping?
Hard decision, I would say, at first. I think the one that shoots in the resonator from the hand is very good early.
Yeah, probably the best opening is having like a Daji and for the heroic sacrifices, so that you kind of get that one live first.
Yeah.
To just get it active. But then for the Memory of the Queen is absolutely hands down the best of the oaths for this deck. And we did not forget to reveal Rogue Spectator this time. We were like, no, we're not falling for that problem again.
Tyler to go first.
Yep, and no amplifier this time around. I've kept a full grip and it didn't have amplifier in it, which may or may not come back to bite me.
Yeah, the amplifier really accelerates you early.
Tyler may be thinking about just going for the turn 1 Virgil flip. Yep.
Hey man,
Says, hey, we're going for it.
Valid play.
It'll only hit me for 9, but he is there. And if I don't have a smokescreen bomb, boy howdy am I in trouble. So, which I do not.
The good old OG line of judgment. Get Virgil, hit Virgil.
Yeah, here's Virgil. Let's go.
Yeah.
Little clip there. I had to step away from the camera for a second. We have just a hard cast Daji we're thinking about. Yeah, just a hard cast Daji. Trying to draw a little bit, dig into something maybe better. I think it's that we have a smokescreen bomb in hand, but we don't want to burn the Varkuzel. So we want to see if we can maybe draw into a different red card to pitch. And then during his turn, we're going to go ahead and draw 2, discard 1 before recovery. Getting an Oath to the graveyard. Discarding the Oaths doesn't matter, because with Scrivener, you can just cast them from grave. We are going for the smokescreen bomb here. This is before Tyler recovers. A little risky knowing that he's playing mirror and that he only has 1 stone. Which
is a bit of a...
get absolutely punished by him being able to use the free mode of mirror. I mean, we had to try. Burns 2 cards out of his hand.
Sometimes you just have to try.
Yeah, absolutely. Swings in for the 10. Or the 9, and then chooses to go down to 15 to play Castle of Belial.
Interesting. The castle seems like a very good addition. Early game oriented.
Yes. It's bodies as well, which is really good.
Yeah.
We found a pollution amplifier, so now we can really start drawing a bunch of cards.
Get the bike online, draw a lot of cards.
Yeah. We make our token. That's fine. We're going to draw on his turn before recovery. And we are going to see that smokescreen bomb come down here. Like, hey, you can't mirror me now. Get rid of it. I don't want to deal with these.
Yeah, the smokescreen is very much needed in the early game.
Especially with such a strong opener of the virtual
like
play line.
Virtual on turn 1.
He's going to go ahead and pass the turn, and we're going to go for a Scrivener. We're going to try to do for those who need a home from the graveyard. This is what I'm meaning. Discarding them doesn't really matter because they can just be cast and turned on thanks to Scrivener. Such a cool card.
Yeah,
just
cool.
It made all of the Oaths suddenly so much more playable, which was, I think, just really, really fun. Had the Oath trigger during the main phase, so we immediately get to re-up it. Again, we should be at 700 damage prevention, technically, if we were playing this card correctly, but Vow players can't read.
Classic.
We do make a token here in the end step and then pass turn. Maybe seeing if we have another play line here. Does have a Hindered in hands. Thinks about maybe Dark Alice, maybe Prideful to pop the Pollution Amplifier.
Yeah, possible. Yep. Yeah, the pollution amplifier really made it last game with the draws. So
Yeah,
trying to
absolutely.
get rid of it this time.
Does have a hindered in hand, does have that Cushiel, which is really nice against, you know, certain oaths. Seeing if maybe he's got another Virgil in hand. Had to judgment the Belial to do it or just hard cast it.
Judging the Belial pretty early is dangerous.
He'd have to burn a second God's Art to do it, but if he hits Crownstone like that, he can do it.
Okay. I mean,
so we're gonna just eat the tokens with the protect token on token violence.
Yeah, the protector is really strong in the
against flyers. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. As protection piece, it is very cool.
You're going to go for the Virgilius line. I like this line a lot. I mean, it's a little bit risky with how low his life is, and the fact that Hindered Magic Duel costs 2. He does have Belial God's Art for backup, but like, it is a little concerning.
Yeah, this is scary.
We're gonna, as he attempts to go into combat. So this is a little bit of a mistake. So I use Flame Slash here on the Virgil, and both Tyler and I have an absolute brain fart and forget that Virgil has barrier because of Crownstone. Just couldn't even do this because Varku's all targets. But we just collectively go into a coma and forget. So we both just accept that Virgil dies.
I mean, happens at sometimes, no? It's very complex.
Yeah, for sure. We do have for the memory of the Queen, getting to reanimate a 1-drop here. We're going to go for the Daji, which we'll get to send a Guardian Dragon. I think even if we let the Virgil swing here, it's not like super concerning, right? It's still only representing 900. We're in a still pretty healthy life total range. Still fine. For the memory of the Queen here, we get to burn him for 1 by sending a dragon, but we did also drain him 1 thanks to for the memory, which is helpful. Daji only burning 100 is hilarious.
It is very sad.
Because of the addition. She's trying her best. Dachi's going to go ahead and crack herself before recovery.
I mean, she just drew 2 cards as well, so...
Yeah, there's another for the memory of the Queen in graveyard, which is awesome. We can probably just kill him this turn, thanks to for the memory of the Queen. As long as he doesn't have mirror. Because for the memory is going to trigger from the RFG. We'll get to recast it, reanimate a 2-drop, drain 2, gain 2. There's that Guardian Dragon we've seen before.
Yeah, Belial only... Oh, no.
Belial only says you
damage.
Can't lose the game and only damage, so life loss is still fully vulnerable.
Yeah. The good old past turn dead.
We'd have to cast for the memory 1 more time from hand, and then we could use Scrivener. He's going to try to Prideful Rule the token, or the... Really trying to get aggressive here. So we make a token, we Prideful Rule Guardian Dragon. Say, okay, all that is fine. And then... Really debating what we want to do here. We want to make Tyler feel as uncomfortable as possible on his turn. So what we're going to do here is use Smokescreen Bomb on his turn before recovery. Before draw, even. We don't want him to draw anything. And then we're going to use Scrivener. And we use it to cast for the Forgotten from the graveyard. The reason why we're doing it from the graveyard is because now both of the ones in the RFG will trigger. Meaning that, you know, if he cancels one, the other one will still get to resolve. As opposed to having to get rid of one of them permanently. So Tyler's sitting at 100 life. It's not
dangerous.
It's not a lot. A little bit of a quick modification there. Again, I had to step away from the table. He uses the God's Art to produce white, to then turn on Belial's God's Art for the turn. So Tyler cannot lose the game and has 100 life to play and can't take damage. I would like to point out Tyler has 1 remaining light source, but it costs him 100 life. So Tyler can go down to 0 life to produce 1 extra white for this turn, but cannot use Gravestone, which is really, really awkward. Nieb, have you ever seen a game where a player purposely went down to 0 life and didn't lose?
No, I have not.
Well, you're about to. It's the first time.
No way.
He's going to play the game at 0 life for a little bit and says, hold on, I just need a second.
Ooh, that is dangerous. That is dangerous.
I think it's because if he goes for this line, which makes sense, he has to have another Virgilius in hand, right? Like, because you need the Fallen, and there it is. Yeah. So we flip Belial over. There's another Virgilius. I don't have a way to stop it because Scrivener is tapped, and I only have 1 will, so I can't use for every Forgotten Creatures. I didn't have 1,000 Fractures in hand, so this was just gonna happen. Virgilius gets to move into combat. Swings for 10, and we're going to protect. Now, he has to be careful here, because if he pings now to try to clear the board, then Rogue Spectator comes in and just stops him.
Yeah.
So he lets the attack go through. In response to the gain 1,000, we flash in Rogue Spectator. So we're trying to stop him from gaining 1,000. But at this point in time, Virgil's no longer in combat, because combat's over. So Virgil's no longer attacking, so he can only ping 1 thing, but in response to Rogue Spectator's thing, he can ping the Guardian Dragon to burn it for 4 with Bane and gain 4, and then pay 2 using Groundstone and ping the Rogue Spectator and gain 4 to go up to 600 life, and then he can't gain any more life for the turn.
What a play.
He did it! He did it. He survived.
Marvelous.
Does have to be fully tapped out though when there are for the Return of the Queens,
yeah,
which is a little
scary.
That's a little unfortunate. This Return of the Queen, this first one will drain him for 3, reanimate a 3-drop from the Oath trigger, and then we can just use Scrivener to hardcast it again if we wanted to, or for good measure, just hardcast the one we have in hand to close out the game.
Oh wow!
So that is the match. Hope you guys have liked it. We'll have the deck list for the Oathkeeper Bianchi list later this week. Nieb, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And until next time, class dismissed.